Alright, what's up everyone? We have a fun day of doing some processing ahead of us. Like I told you guys yesterday, we are going to be learning everything that we can about processing the gear, how to level it, mass processing, the gear progression that you guys should be going on, just the different little tips and tricks to help you guys start leveling out your processing. And this will work out better if you guys do have alt set up for different little capitals, like say here in Kepler or say Trent, where you can gather a lot of your wood. But this is extremely family shared life skilling oriented, and it's highly suggested. But let's go and get our tags and everything set up, and we will just jump into this. All right, let's see, get everything set up over here. There. Okay. That should be fine for now, I think. All right, so before we even get started with processing, what is processing? For everyone that is new, those who are returning that didn't jump into life skills and all of that hubbub, processing is what we do to take any of the wood, the ore, the random hides that we can get from hunting and turn it into a different item. We'll process it down into, say, plywood, planks, or melted shards, just a higher tier item to be used for other crafting, like, say, horse gear crafting, or in some instances, cooking. But processing goes hand in hand with a lot of your life skills. The higher your processing, the more materials you get back on any proc. And luckily now with the new update, you no longer need to have the higher knowledge to start doing any of the higher processing. So you can now go and heat up your ore and have a chance at getting your ingot without having that skilled processing knowledge that we used to have to go out and get from a whole quest line out here in Kepler. Okay, so now that we know what processing is, what higher processing does, the highest is, I want to say, Master 2 processing to get back the most materials back from your processing. So now let's talk about mastery. Mastery for processing works differently than, say, like the mastery for the other life skills. When it comes to processing, the mastery will dictate what you can do for your mass processing. The higher your mastery, the more materials you can process in one batch, meaning when you do one cycle, it has a chance of mass processing, say, for my mastery, 144 batches of materials at one time, but you will need to have a mass processing stone on in order to do that feature. But that is processing mastery. Like I said, it works differently than the other life skill masteries, and technically you don't even have to use processing mastery to do processing. So now we're going to have to get into the gear, because that will be a more important factor when it comes to your processing, because that will determine what type of processing you're doing. Either you're to do your single processing, where you're going to rely on, say, power leveling or getting your processing success rate, or you're going to be doing your mass processing for the higher amount of materials processed. What's up, Ula? How you doing today, man? We are on processing. I have to edit down my class that I did yesterday for cooking so we can have that uploaded. Then after that, we can go on and start editing down this to get this posted up. Then I can start moving on to another life skill where I want to say, because gathering goes into so many, I'm trying to tie it all into one another like a little domino effect. You know, gathering goes into cooking and alchemy and is used for processing. Processing can be used for this and can be used for that. I think the next one is probably going to be like fishing, so I can slowly try to like tie it into trading. Carrick building. Carrick building. I'm going to have to get onto that too. Don't think I'm avoiding it. I'm going to have to get on sailing, bartering, the whole new I guess, a easier process to make our ships, the caravel, the frigate, the stupid caravel, galleass, all of it. Yeah, no, it is going to be quick. All right. You get a fishing pole, you throw it in water, you hate your life, walk away from computer, end. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. There's a lot more than that, but it is going to be a pretty quick one. Processing is pretty quick too. It is a pretty quick topic. There's not really much you can go on other than, you know, the different gears and what you would use the different processing for example, you know, the little tips and tricks like fishing. So we'll make do. We'll make do. It'll probably be one of my lighter guides, but I'm going to try to pack it up with a lot of information. So with all that being said, let's talk about the gear. So when you first start out with your processing, you're not going to have many options, but you will be awarded your craftsman set for hitting skilled processing. You should get it in your challenge, but if you haven't gotten it, you did get it and threw it out or anything like that, these can be obtained from the luxury vendors too. I prefer to go with the more expensive, and I want to say like best in slot for your leveling or just the processing success rate, the silver embroidered. Why don't I go for Guru 50 cooking? Oh, because I have no incentive on like power leveling my cooking. If I get there, I get there. Right now, I'm just like making dishes to do my Imperial, maybe make some money here or there, but there's really no real reward for hitting G50. You know, there's really no incentive. Of course, yeah, there's bragging rights and all, but that's where pen Manos accessories come in and all that dumb shit. I think that's more of a bragging right than hitting G50, because everyone and their mom has G50 now. It's not even a real bragging right. You know, it's like a dream horse. Everyone has a dream horse now. So if you have one, it's like, oh, okay, well, you have one too now? You know, it's more surprising if you don't have a dream horse. Anyway, the best in slot for your power leveling and your processing success rate is going to be your silver embroidered. The higher your tier of the silver embroidered, the more bonuses that you get back. At +3, you get movement speed +3, processing success rate plus, I want to say 20, and processing experience +20. But the higher you go, the higher you have your bonuses for, the better you can process down things and the more experience that you can get back. +4 is a little bougier, but it's going to be your best in slot before you either try to put in a pre-order for a +5 or you try to take that chance into tapping a +5. Fortunately, I don't have the clothes and I can't get a pre-order through to try to tap up our silver embroidered. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to attempt that and try to show you guys, but the silver embroidered, trying to enhance your silver embroidered is a lot easier than going for your mastery clothes, because you can increase your success rate, and unfortunately you can't cron it, but like I said, it's a lot easier than your mastery. Now, for those who aren't trying to continuing going down the leveling line and your processing success rate line, your loggy accessories are going to be your first accessories that you go start to get for your life skilling. Your main goal is to get your try, either by buying it or from tapping it. Tapping can be a little bit harder. I don't suggest it. It's a fixed rate, but you'd get your try loggy accessories first, and then you would start moving into your higher accessories like your try manos or your tet manos. But start with your trilogia so that you can get that experience back, and I guess the mastery, but mastery is mainly for your mass processing. The benefit for hitting guru processing is at master 2 you get the most materials back. I'm not sure if they extended the bonuses or if they will extend the bonuses, but the higher your processing level, the more materials you get back for doing one little crafting cycle. So if you are doing, say, logs, if you're doing pine logs, you have a higher chance of getting back, say, or you'll have a chance of getting back, say, 24 of the planks, and you might get, say, 2 or 3 of the plywood. but the higher your level, the more materials you get back for that one cycle. There is a chance where you will do a crafting cycle and you won't get any of the higher tiered material, which is fine. It's a bonus. It's not really counted towards the actual crafting cycle that you're doing. It's basically an extra set of materials and bonus experience for it. That's all that is. That's why you go for the highest processing. All right, so now you guys are wanting to deal with mastery. You guys want to start dealing with the mass processing. Mass processing, it mainly deals with mastery. The higher your mastery, the more you can mass process. So the starter gear that you want to go with is going to be your Trilogia Craftsman Enclosure. It has at least plus 130 mastery on it, which will, add up over time, but you still can't do any type of mass processing without that. You'll have to get either a Logia processing stone, a blue grade processing stone, or a red grade. I don't have the Logia. I think I do have a Logia on me. Where are you? Medea, I think it is. Yeah, I do. So yeah, after you get your Trilogia, your next object to get is going to be your Logia processing stone. Your Logia processing stone is going to be the stone that you use to do your mass processing. Without it, you're not going to be able to do anything other than single. To be honest with you, I can't tell. I really can't tell. It might have been me there for a second because I do have 30 dropped frames over on my side. So it might be, we do have a high wind warning today. The wind is getting really, really bad. So if I start losing connection or anything like that, just know that's the reason. It's not you, it's me. I'm the problem, it's me. Technically, it's my weather. My weather is a problem, but that's the reason why. Okay, so for a reiteration for everyone that is having to deal with my bad internet or is coming in late. Your starter gear that you're going to get is your craftsman clothes. Your craftsman clothes can be obtained from your challenges for hitting professional processing, or can be bought from the luxury vendor. Then if you're continuing going down your leveling and want more experience, or you're trying to go for the processing success rate, you're going to spring for the silver embroidered. Your +3 is going to be your best in slot, then followed by your +4, and finally your +5, having most of the bonuses there. These can be made from any crafting mill in any major town, or can be bought off the central market too. After you guys have hit your guru processing or don't need to deal with your single processing and want to start moving on to your mastery, then you have your craftsman clothes, your Logia. Logia is going to be your first step into your mastery clothes, your easiest and cheapest to get. Your Trilogia comes with plus 130 mastery, but after you venture into your Logia and you want to start getting more back, you're going to have to start doing your processing stone. Your Logia processing stone is going to be what's needed to do your mass processing. Without it, you're not going to be able to do your processing. Your Trilogia stone grade. I do apologize about that. Apparently, I just lost connection again. So after you guys get your Logia stone, you're going to want to start moving into either, say, getting your Trilogia stone, your blue grade Logia stone if you don't want to try tapping your green, the red grade if you want to automatically go for your best in slot, but you're going to need your processing stone in order to do your mass processing. So after you settled with your Logia, you got your first steps into it, now you can start working on getting your manas. Your manas, accessories, and the gear are your best in slot that you can do for any of your life skills. For processing, your Tri is going to be your best, followed by the Tet is your best in slot before having to move into your pen. Your pen is easier to buy than, say, the accessories, so I suggest trying to go for your pen clothes, just buying them. Here on NA, they're 50 mil, they're 50 bill. They could be crafted, You can have a chance of finding them either out there in Sulfur Rod or the Rod Sulfur Mine, or I want to say Blood Wolves, and I think Peliku or Polyforest. So you can find the craftsman clothes while out there doing your mob grinding, and you can buy them off the central market. But your try is going to be the first one that you're going to go for Manos. Then you're going to stick with mainly your Tet before trying to invest into your pen. As for your accessories, you're going to start out with your try. Then your best in slot is going to be your Tet. Your Tet's going to have the most experience that you can get back and the mastery for all of them, put together. Your pens are a meme item. They're technically the best in slot, but if you I keep losing connection again. I do apologize, everyone. I am not trying to plan this. All right, so after we sat there and gotten all of our accessories and our clothes, now we can start looking at our life stones, our alchemy stones. For our alchemy stones, it's pretty easy with our starter stone going to be the Transtier. The Transtier can be obtained from doing the Fulgur's quest on any tune one time. This will give plus 30% life experience, and for us, what we're doing here, it'll give us plus 10 processing success rate and plus 50 on our weight limit. This is going to be a good stone to start out with, or if you guys did not bother with the quest, don't really care for the quest, another stone that you guys can get is the blue grade life spirit stone. It has less stats than this. It doesn't give the plus 30% life experience, but it does have the processing success rate. So if you guys want to go that route, you can go and get your blue grade life spirit stone, but I suggest sticking with your Transtier, then followed by going for any of the alchemy stones of life. Your sharp alchemy stone of life is going to be one of the good, your best in slot stone before going for the resplendent or the splendent stones. I'm not telling you to try to go for the resplendent or the splendent. Your sharp is the best in slot. You can use any of the lower grade life spirit stones, but with the sharp alchemy stone of life, it will give us a processing success rate plus 14% and plus 75 on our weight limit. Like I said, best slot stone, go for that one. Then for those who are really trying to do mastery and want to go for the more mass processing, you can start to worry about the Khan's Heart of Life. This stone, it's not as good as the sharp alchemy stone of life, but the saving grace is going to be the plus 25 mastery that it gives passively. I already showed you guys the demonstration once or twice before, but you guys can pop your sharp, then switch off into the Khan's Heart and get your mastery for your processing, so you don't have to worry about it. You can deal with the sharp bonuses and still have your plus 25 mastery. Now for the Lightstone artifacts, the combinations, all of that, our artifacts are really, really easy to get. I start Albion again. Can I ask your guild name? I'm not in a guild for Albion Online. I play by myself. I'm a solo gatherer and crafter, unfortunately. I never really got into the team play for it. All right, so our artifacts are really easy to get. Our artifacts can be obtained from doing any... I'm gonna try to get this guide finished. But this wind is like really, really fucking bad. All right, so our artifacts that we can get for processing can be obtained from any type of Imperial delivery, albeit cooking, alchemy. You can get it from... Originally, you can get it from the active trading, but any type of Imperial delivery has a chance of giving you any generic life skill artifacts, has a chance of giving you the processing mastery, processing experience, and the processing success rate. So there's a chance of getting all of those artifacts and a floor lightstone. So keep an eye out on those bonus quests that you get for doing your trading, your Imperial deliveries, things like that, to see if you got the right artifact that you need. No, Forgotten, it's me. My weather here is really, really, really bad. I do apologize about losing connection again. But when the wind is bad, our internet is really, really bad here, and Comcast does not want to fix any of their internet or anything here in where we live. So I'm going to continue to lose service and everything, but I'm going to try to get this guide finished so I can at least get this edited and everything for you guys. So bear with me. If the stream goes down, it's not you, it's me. It's my internet. The wind is, I think, like, it says 35 miles per hour here. So it's like blowing the power lines and everything all around. I know a couple places around town did lose power here today so far. But anyway, you can get any of your processing artifacts from doing your Imperial deliveries, your cooking, alchemy. I want to say you can also have a chance of getting them from doing the horses, your trading. Huff and puff, and it'll blow my house down. And our internet too, if we're not too careful with it. But depending on which ones you want, depends on the artifacts that you guys are going to be going for. If you guys are trying to power level, the processing experience artifacts are perfect. If you guys are trying to go for more mass processing, the processing mastery is more along your lines. Or if you guys are having trouble trying to get any of your success rate down, you guys are having trouble trying to actually do the processing, you can go for, say, the processing success rate artifact. Let me see if I have a couple on a tune. I think this one right here. Yeah. So the processing success rate artifacts will increase your success rate by plus 5% for each. The mastery will give you plus 10, obviously, and then the experience will give you plus 5 experience. So let's look at some of the light stones that we can get for our processing and go down a couple avenues that you guys can choose. So opening up our infusion and looking at the all combinations. Oh, let's do this whole test to make sure I'm not a fucking bot. Because I can really bot the lightstone combinations. Come on, Black Desert. Who are you trying to fool? Starting off, we have our bare minimum skillful hands, which will give us processing experience plus 5%. It will require 3 of the Flora Lightstone tools. Moving down the list, we have Raising Power. It gives processing experience plus 8%. It will require 4 of the Flora Lightstone tools. And lastly, we have our best experience one, just the experience Lightstone combination processed hand. This will give us processing experience plus 16%, but will require 3 of the Flora Lightstone tools and 1 of the iridescent. Now, if you guys are wanting more mastery for the mass processing, you guys have Humming in the Workshop, which will give processing mastery plus 8. This will require 3 of the Flora Lightstone deft. Moving down, we have Deep Footprints, which will give us processing mastery plus 15. This will require 4 of the Flora Lightstone defts instead. Then lastly, we have Multi-Purpose, which will give us processing mastery plus 30. This will require 3 of the Flora Lightstone defts, and lastly, 1 of the iridescent lightstones. Now, for those who are trying to go for the processing success rate, the experience, and mastery, the whole entire enchilada, just everything wrapped up in one package, we have my personal favorite lightstone combination, Clang Clang. Clang Clang. I lost internet again. Fuck a duck. Alright. Now, for those that want all of the experience, wants all of the processing success rate, and you want to have the more mass processing, let's look at my favorite lightstone combination, Clang Clang. Clang Clang will give us processing success rate plus 20%, processing experience plus 10%, processing mastery plus 20%, and processing mastery plus 20, and lastly, weight limit plus 30. This is a great little combination if you guys can't decide if you guys want to do just your power leveling, if you guys don't want just your mastery, if you guys want all of it. Or if you guys are just trying to go for the processing success rate, Clang Clang is going to be your best in slot processing combination for all of that. Now, there is one more combination that we can take a look at if you guys are trying to power level your processing and you guys are not really worried about the mastery. We could take a look at the choice and focus processing. This will decrease your processing mastery by 500, but increase your processing success rate, but it will increase your processing experience by plus 35%, making it a perfect Lightstone combination for trying to power level. I forgot to mention the Lightstones that go into the Clang Clang. For Clang Clang, your Lightstones that you will need is a Floor Lightstone Tool, Floor Lightstone Depth, a Wind Lightstone Feather, and lastly, the Iridescent Lightstone. As for the choice and focus, your best in slot processing for power leveling, it will require 2 Floor Lightstone tools, 1 Lightstone Wind Mind, and lastly, your Iridescent Lightstone. And that's going to be the best combination for you guys trying to power level the Guru, trying to hurry up and get back the most materials back for your one processing cycle. But I prefer to stick with Clang Clang for all of the added bonuses wrapped up in one. Now, for your crystal presets, your crystal presets are really easy. If you guys are trying to power level for your Guru processing, going for all of your life crystals are going to be the easiest preset or the best preset that you can go for. The life crystal can be made either by fishing or hunting for the forest light crystal, or doing the dailies out there in the land of the morning light for the sand coin to exchange for the forest crystal, and then doing simple alchemy to make either your life crystal or your vital crystal. But these will give you back the most experience that you can. If you guys are trying to go for your mass processing, you guys want more. Fuck that win today. If you guys are trying to go for your processing mastery, you want more mass processing, going for all of your vital crystals is going to be the better preset. It gives plus 10 mastery, so you should be able to get at least 120 to 140 mastery for the whole preset. I'm not exactly sure. I don't have them all. Like I said, these can be made using that forest crystal that can be found out there in the land of the morning light, or can be bought off the central market. Lastly, we have weight. Your weight will, whatever crystal you guys use depends on whichever one you guys feel comfortable, whichever one is more available, the ones you can afford. But you'd want to go with more of a weight limit increase if you guys are running out of inventory or all of that good stuff. But it will determine, or it will depend on whichever ones you can go for. This is the crystal preset that I go for my weight. It will increase my weight limit by 460. So it's not too bad for me. If you guys don't have to pearl suspend for your weight, it's a great option. And it's a lot cheaper than spending the actual real money. But now let's get into the actual weight. Now, when it comes to processing, a lot of your I lost connection again. Okay, so when it comes to processing, it mainly relies off of your weight and how many materials that you can throw into your inventory after your processing, or to process in some cases. So one way to go about it, if you guys are wanting to go more of the pay to win method, is to purchase your weight limit. Weight limit can be purchased from the pearl shop for actual real money, but will increase your overall weight limit, allowing you to go ahead and process down more materials for a lot longer than, say, someone that has less weight that has to keep emptying out their inventory. Now, costumes are really important because there are 2 that we can get for processing. Starting out with our craftsman clothes that we can take an equipment tailoring coupon and change it into a costume to give us our processing experience plus 10%. This will require you to either buy an equipment tailoring coupon from the pearl shop, or sometimes they are given out for events. And the craftsman clothes can be bought from any luxury vendor. There's a more pay-to-win method with the Venesil clothes, the maid costume for all the other classes. This will increase our processing success rate plus 3%, And I want to say, hold on, and it will enable the ability to process from our storage. So if you look, it will unlock this option here. This will allow us to take all of the materials from, say, the storage that we have and start processing it down. So every little cycle that we do, the material will be taken from the storage, processed, and thrown into our inventory. As example, the tin that we have in our storage was now sent into our bag after we processed it. This can only be bought from the Pearl Shop. We have no option to buy it from any of the Central Market. No events give it out. For a life skiller, all our clothes has to be bought with real, actual money. They're never free. Never, ever, never not. They never give it out for us. So keep an eye out. There are deals that we can get. Sometimes they're on sale, so wait around for moments like that to buy it. But normally they are 2,200 pearls. During a sale, they can go all the way down to 1,600, and any coupons that you guys have can also be applied with any sales. Now, fairies. Fairies. There are a couple skills that are kind of useful for processing when it comes to fairies. Starting off, we have our appearance. There is one appearance that we can get for the fairy that will increase our processing success rate or the experience. Let's check. Travel aid, fairy. Okay, so for the fairy, we do have the option of getting the Venecio Fairy appearance coupon for 2,100 pearls in the Pearl Shop. This will increase our processing experience by 10%, which is a little pay to win. I don't justify spending the 2,100 pearls for it, but that is an option if you guys want to hurry up and try to power level your fairy. But as for the skills are kind of hit or miss. There are maybe two that you guys should look into. One being the continuous care. The continuous care skill will allow you to pop any of your buffs that you need for any of your processing without having to actually pop them. So your fairy will pop them no matter what. Hopefully, I think no matter what, as long as you guys are not underwater. I do know that will stop the fairy from popping anything, but the higher your skill, the more items are selected. Now, to go hand in hand with that is the Miraculous Cheer. The Miraculous Cheer is what the skill or what the fairy will use to pop all of those potions that you can now select. This will increase the amount of time, the cooldown time that you have. What item was I recommending? Hold on. The Miraculous Shear will allow you to use any of the items here in your auto use. The higher your tier, the lesser cooldown that you have. So at tier 5, it should be 2 seconds that you have between being able to pop anything. The thing that I was suggesting is if you guys wanted to power level your processing faster, you have the option of buying your Venesil Fairy. It will give you plus 10 processing experience. This is a fairy appearance, so you can apply this onto your fairy and have that passive experience no matter what you're doing. Now, the last skill to take a look at is going to be your feathery steps. Your feathery steps will reduce your weight penalty reduction up to at least 125 at tier 5. But again, a lot of these are hit or miss. If you guys are not lucky enough to get them, that's fine. Don't fret about it. Trying to change your skills will require a pay-to-win orb. The Thea's orb is required to change it, and they do give them out rarely for events, but mainly have to be bought from the Pearl Shop for 250 pearls each. To change your skill will require as many orbs as your fairy skill has. Like if your fairy is a radiant, it will have 5 skills, so it will require 5 orbs. If it's a brilliant, it will require 4 orbs. The lesser tier fairy, the lesser orbs are required, but if you guys don't get it, don't really worry about it. just like the fairy skin. If you guys can't get the fairy skin, again, don't worry about it. It's just a skin. It's only plus 10. You can get that elsewhere with a buff or with this or with that. You don't have to really spend the actual real money on it, okay? All right, now for the pets. Our pets are real simple with not many options that we can go for. Our basic life skill pets are going to be your first pet to go for. It will give you plus 1% life experience per tier, with a tier 5 giving plus 5% experience. And if you guys get lucky, you can possibly get your processing experience plus 5% skill learned on your pet for leveling it up or tiering it up, and maybe get all 5 of them, but those are RNG. You can try to smash your pet together again to tier it up and replace the skill if you guys did not get the one that you needed. But if weight is a problem, there is the weight pets that you can go for. Weight pets are pretty good if you guys are running low on your weight and you don't want to buy your weight. It doesn't give you back that much, but it is an option if that's something that you guys are looking for. Tier 4, it will give you plus 50% or plus 50 weight limit, so just a little tiny edge over those who don't have it. There are no other pets that will add anything on it. Our durability is not really affected, so durability pets don't really come into effect here. But now let's talk about our Krogdalo donkey gear, the donkey of the hour. You guys love this thing so fucking much, but the Krogdalo donkey gear is the best type of mount gear and the only type of mount buff that we can get for life skilling. One piece of the gear will give you plus 3% life experience, 3 will give you plus 5, and the full set will give you plus 10% life experience. These can be obtained by fishing out there or doing any of the daily quests in Papua Krene, the Otter or Papua little island over there next to Grenia. You will have to get 100 of the pebble coins, the bone pebble or the rainbow flower petal coins out there to exchange into 1 iridescent pebble, 3 iridescent pebbles over at the, what is it, Stone Tail Horse Ranch will allow you to make any of the Krogdalo donkey gear. It will require other materials, but it is worth it if you guys are trying to level your life skills just because of that plus 10% life experience. That's why I said your fairy, you don't have to worry about it because you can get it in other different ways, like say your Krogdalo donkey gear. But if you do have the fairy, it's just an added little cherry on the top, like a little salt sprinkle. But once you guys have any parts of the gear, you will have to get onto your donkey, hit your spacebar to activate it. It will have an hour duration with a 4-minute cooldown. So every 4 minutes you can continuously pop it, and it should be applied to you and your party members, I want to say. All right, let's throw on our processing stone. Like I said, your mana stone is going to be your best in slot before going for your pen, which your pen is a lot easier to go for than, say, all the other ones. I mean, the cron stones can be a little issue, but you know, it'd be like that. Aside crystal, what item can make your energy many? Doing your ecology, your adventure logs, any type of knowledge. Do all of this here and it'll start to build your max energy. You know, I always keep forgetting about, when it comes to alchemy stones, telling you guys how you can repair your alchemy stones. I keep forgetting the little odds and ends, but this whole video has been messed up with just the bad service and all of that. This whole entire thing has been a joke because of our service. All right, let's see. Where's my mythical powder? Mythical powder, where are you? Is it even in here? Or am I just blind? I'm just blind. Okay, so for those of you guys that have been paying attention, if you guys need to repair your alchemy stones, it's as simple as taking any of the blue grade life spirit stones, like the protection that you can get out there in poly, any of the ones that you can get during your alchemy, but it has to be the life spirit stone, not your alchemy stones of life, but the lesser blue grade or green grade stones that you can get out from your alchemy or polyforest, Navarin steppe, your mob grinding areas. But if you grind them down, you can make the mystical spirit powder. Mystical spirit powder is going to be the easiest one to get. No, what I plan on doing is, because I have not lost the connection, I should be able to take the one video from YouTube, download that, and edit it all down so I don't have to deal with the individual ones. But if I go, say, over there on Twitch, I'm going to have to take every single individual one. And I figured this lesson was going to be a little bit longer than, say, 30, 40 minutes, so I didn't want to actually record all of it, which in hindsight, I should have sucked it up and just recorded it all and not had to deal with the whole internet just dropping all the time. Yeah, it should be just one take. I should just have to cut it down, maybe move this here, move that there, and just go. Like my cooking yesterday, the gathering one before it, the processing, that's how I've been doing it. That's why it's a lot longer than, say, the 14 minutes or the 12 minutes for a normal guide. Doing it all in one take, as much information as we possibly can to, one, make it easier for me, and to try to help everyone out without having to actually go. And speaking of which, I lost connection again. But see, like moments like that, like I should have recorded it all at once. Shoulda, coulda, wouldas. All right, so if you guys are trying to repair your alchemy stones, grinding down any of the blue grade life spirit stones will give you the mystical spirit powder. This is the easiest one. I got hiccups, great. But the spirit powder is going to be the easiest material to get to repair your stones, with the layless petals able to be exchanged for the powder. Mob grinding, able to get a lot of the stones and grinding them down. You can buy the stones from the central market to grind it down. Many different ways to get it, and you get these as a byproduct for doing your alchemy too, which is why I have so much. I stopped making the actual powder. But to repair it, you hit the polish, recharge, and growth little option here. Select whichever stone that you're trying to go for. For me, we're going to go do the sharp alchemy stone. Put in however much it will require. It will tell you the amount. Don't worry about putting the whole stack in. It will only take the amount needed. Skip the animation to save yourself some time, and hit recharge. And that's how you recharge your alchemy stones. Quick, simple. If you guys are trying to polish it up, you can add in whichever stone for life. It will be your special crop stone. From there, if you guys are trying to progress into the higher end stones, which I don't suggest trying to grow it up yourself, but if you guys are trying to do that, that can be done through the growth option, and it will tell you whichever stone is going to be the next one next in line. All right, so we've gone down processing, the gear, mass processing, all of that good shit. We've gone down most of the gear. The next one we have to take a look at is the Capra Journal of Nature, which can be obtained from doing your Capra Adventure Journal. If you guys need, I do have a video on my channel. You guys can easily look it up. It can be found readily available, but complete all four of these Capra records, or blah blah blah, up until you get your little Allison quest, and he'll give you the option for getting the life skill contribution or the combat book. Yeah, I've gone down success rate. I've gone down your mass processing. Mass processing was the last one, because success rate and your power leveling are tied in hand to hand. Like, in order to power level, you'd have to worry about your success rate. And in order to worry about your success rate, you have to worry about the experience, because those two items are tied in hand to hand. Mastery is its own separate little aspect of processing that we have to worry about, because you can do single processing without even touching mastery. You know, you don't even have to touch success rate and only deal with your mastery. So I think after all of that, we can now touch base on, I guess, different ways to go about getting your materials. So for processing, like I said, processing is mainly reliant off of the materials that you can go out there, say, gather for. You can have your workers gather for. Now, going down the manual route, if you guys are trying to power level your processing, I suggest heading out to Pilgrim's Haven here. Pilgrim's Haven is going to be the best place to do any of your manual gathering for power leveling your processing. You can get a bunch of different types of ore. Those ores can be processed down and used for trading later on. They could be used for crafting houses, like, say, horse taps, gear making. The processed materials can be used for a lot of things, but one of the best places to go out there and do your gathering is going to be your Pilgrim's Haven. There are other useful places to gather your materials, like, say, you can take Trent here for a lot of your trees. You can take Maple over here next to Orc, but your main... Okay. So your main focus when you're trying to go out and gather for the materials for your processing is to go for your lumber and to go for your ore. Those two materials will give you back the most experience when you're mass processing, when you're single processing, but those are going to be the best ones to go for. Now, for your worker empire, this can be done by having a lot of contribution points, having a lot of the worker storage, blah, blah, blah. But your main focus, again, is going for all of your ore. The more ore that you have, the more experience that you can get back for the extra ingot processing chance, I guess. Like, if you guys are going and melting down the ore, if you guys are chopping down the wood, going for all of the wood nodes that you possibly can is going to be the best bet, with having the extra chance of getting that plywood when you go to process down your wood. So trying to set up your worker empire around your wood and your ore would be the best bet to power level your worker empire, or trying to power level your processing, which will eventually help out your worker empire with tying into trading and all of that. Trent is a good place for your wood. Keplin is a great place for, say, your ore, for example. These don't have to be followed. You can go anywhere for it. If you guys are trying to do, say, like, your vegetables and things, like, say, the potatoes and things for flour, you can go for Calpheon. Calpheon is a good place to store all of the things needed to grind down your flours. You can purify any of the waters. You know, just trying to choose the capital and things is going to be the best bet. Next, let's talk about... It's wise to turn in which things for contribution. If you're at 330 contribution, milk is kind of expensive right now. Cooking and alchemy are your best byproducts to turn in. Ooh, I can go ahead and try to get my silver embroidered. Oh, hell yeah. Let's try to go for one of those taps. Like I said originally about the silver embroidered, the +5 is a little bougie. It's your best in slot if you guys are trying to go for it, but it will be a harder thing to go for. But if you're lucky enough, you can get your +5, which will give you +40% processing experience and +40 processing success rate. Let's try our luck. Let's try our luck. If I get this, I'm gonna fucking laugh. Yeah, no, that's all right. I already knew that, though. I already expected that one. Before I go into why I'm loving the whole family shared life skilling, I want to try one thing first. I want to try something. We're going to try to tap it. Go for that tat. Shocker. Real shocker. Just buy your Logia. Just buy your Logia, okay? Those rates are a lie. Alright, so now like I was telling you guys about the whole family shared life skilling, the whole reason why I feel as though this whole update is perfect for processing. Let's take this for example. We have my Shai over here in Kepler able to melt down all of my ore. Okay. I can melt down all of my ore, and with my workers able to transport things in at level 40, they can transport all of their ore that they're gathering out there in Velia. They can gather all their ore that they're gathering out in Valencia, transport it all the way over here to Kepler, and I can just be on my one character and start processing it all down, so I don't have to worry about, you know, running around. Then I need another trade crate made, or I need this process down. I can easily just switch off and I can go and start processing things down without having to really worry about it. The higher your alt's mastery, the more materials that you can get back, or if you guys are not really worried about the mastery, which again, for processing, you really don't have to worry about the mastery. Fun fact, if you guys are trying to do the whole alt life skilling, the family shared processing, don't worry about the mastery. Don't worry about the mastery. I suggest for your alts, mainly going for the silver embroidered. Let's take our silver embroidered off of my Shai, and we'll throw it onto my wizard. Like I said, you don't really have to worry about the mastery when it comes to your alt. I do suggest, if you guys are going that route though, to get your processing stone. It doesn't matter which one. You can get your Logia, you can get your Manos, you can get your Teclon or whatever it's called, the blue grade version, but just have the ability to do it if you guys want, but mainly stick with your silver embroidered. Your silver embroidered will help you guys do longer processing, allowing you to do a semi AFK session or process more throughout the night, and then you can just jump on your main and start doing something else. But it makes it perfect. You can go process down, have the higher success rate, not have to worry about the gear on your main, and you have all of the materials there at your fingertips ready and waiting. So I can process down over on my alt. If you guys have the costume on your alt, it will help out not needing to switch or not needing to have to really pay attention. You can just sit there, walk away, and all of the materials will be chopped and thrown into my inventory, and I can go and switch it off and go do something else, you know, vice versa. But family shared life skilling has helped out with our processing, allowing us to just have, I can put 2 tunes, one in Trent, one in Kepler, switch off to them, do all of my processing, and then switch back onto my main and continue doing my cooking, or do my trading, or continue over there in Margoria, do my fishing. It makes it really convenient for whenever your trade empire is needing more crates, or you don't really want to move that one character. You just want to keep it there, and you still want to go do your processing for the day or the week or whatever have you. But that's why I think the family shared life skilling is a great thing for processing, and I think you guys should really start to capitalize on it, start to abuse it, use it to your full advantage. Just find different ways to go out and make use of it. But remember, you have to get back the most from your processing, you have to have your workers at level 40 to transport the materials to make your storage a lot easier to manage, a lot easier to figure out where your alt should be and which one should be processing at what times, or what materials, and blah blah blah. Your processing goes hand in hand with a lot of your life skills, just like with gathering. So if you guys are coming from my gathering guide, this is a great way to use up all of those materials, all of them. Like I said, the trade crate empire is a great motivation for all of your processing. If you guys need another reason on why you should even deal with your processing instead of just buying out your materials, it's a lot more expensive to buy the materials than it is to go out and process it. And you can make a lot more money if you have higher processing. Now, as for making money when it comes to processing, there are a couple different items that we can go about making money with our processing, starting out with our pure platinum, our pure mithril. Let's sort about that. Now, going by your pure crystals are a perfect way to make back money with processing. It was a lot easier before the whole unification came out, and the traces and fruits were a lot easier to get, and the value dropped. But a good way is to go and take your platinum, take your mithril, and purify it. Sorry about that, everyone. I lost connection again. Another good way is to take your gold and smelt it down to the bar. The bar will sell pretty easily on the central market, with people needing it to make their pure gold for this. Okay, hopefully we're back. Hopefully I got connection back again. But you could take the silver, smelt it down to the melted, and it can make some money back with people needing to make the silver or the yellow grade bottles for their gathering missions. You can take opal. Opal is another good way of making money processing. With the moonlight opal is able to sell for a nice amount of money. Again, check your region, check out how the prices are looking with the whole life skill unification. All of the values have dropped on all of the materials, so just check to see which region you're in, the values, the supply, demand, and base your actions from that. But those used to be some of the good ways to make some money. Another way is with our coral. So if you guys are out there underwater gathering, you guys have done a lot of your Pilgrim's Haven to get a lot of the gems, or you just have workers going out and gathering all of it. Another good way to make money with processing is to make up your corals. Your corals will sell for a lot of money, with your prairie green and your dayberry blue able to sell for a lot. Your golden sun will sell for a lot, but it will require you to gather the coral pieces, the colored coral, or the gems to combine with the coral pieces to make the colored coral, to combine with the tier 2 gem to make your tier 3 coral, which will sell for a lot of money. Or they can be used for horse crafting, the horse gear crafting. They can be used for certain, like your processed materials can be used for certain Manos clothes, but take a look at the materials, what they're used for, and their supply and demand to see like if it's worth making and selling for your region. NA, the prices vary. EU, the prices vary. C, the prices vary, and they're never the same between the different regions, and console too. Hey, what's up? And I am out here teaching you guys as much as I can and as best as I can about processing, with my service being really, really, really bad today, but I'm out here, we're trying. And now, lastly, let's talk about the logs that we can, I guess, chop down to make money. A great log that you can chop down to make money is going to have to be, for example, take your snowfield cedar. Your snowfield cedar, if you chop it down just to the plank, you can make more money back than, say, chopping it down to the plywood or just selling the logs. The plywood, let's see, plywood is going for 94, but it will take 10 planks to make one plywood, whereas the plywood or the planks alone are going for the 23.3k minimum. I haven't really checked the actual price here on NA, but for 10 of those, you can make more than just the one plywood. So chop down your snowfield to get back some money when you're processing instead of just turning them into the trade crates and or selling the logs. The prices of your alchemy stones are different between the regions because of the supply and demand of life skilling. So say take EU. On EU, a lot of people do the life skilling. A lot more people enjoy the life skilling over there. So the stones are more readily available because a lot of people were out doing it. A lot of people enjoyed going for it and shit like that. Over here on NA, we don't like to life skill. Most of us NA players, we mainly do mob grinding. We don't really understand the complexities of life skilling. So the prices will be a lot higher because, we look at it and we figure, okay, that's too hard for us to go out and do, so the value is a lot higher. Whereas on EU, it's like, oh yeah, that's nothing. Let's go ahead and tap it. I'm not mentioning the fact that Ula has a goddamn resplendent that he went ahead and tapped without fucking batting an eye because, oh well, the only way to get it is going to be to tap it because, fuck buying it. I'm going to demonstrate how to tap it over here on NA. Nah, fuck that. Nah, that's too scary. Oh, resplendent? Splendent? Couldn't be me. You might as well buy it. So yeah, that's that whole reason. That's the whole reason why I'm telling you guys to double check your regions. All right. So we talked about the snowfield cedar logs, the planks that can make money. You can make money doing the let's see. I think only the snowfield is going to be able to make money on just the planks alone. In terms of more money than the others. The other ones can sell for a decent amount of money if you're looking, say, at maybe fur planks can sell for a nice amount of money. Yeah, fur planks and the snowfield planks are going to be the better money makers out of the bunch. All of the other ones don't really make a lot. As you can see, I'm going through all of them and the money is not that good. Another thing, you can make money on the usable scantling, but I prefer to chop mine up just for self-use only. But they do make a nice amount of money if you guys are trying to go that route. Now, as for trade crates and things like that, I suggest if you guys are going for the trade crate route, I'm gonna go and tell you guys to make up your steel. Your steel is gonna be one of the best materials that, well, right here. Steel is gonna be one of the best materials that you can process down for the experience for one. They can be sold for two, sold for a decent amount of money. The materials are easier to, say, buy and or go out there and gather yourself manually. You can have your workers gather for them. It's really easy to get everything needed for the steel, but the steel will make a decent amount of money when processed down and turned into a trade crate. Another material that you can take is, say, the bronze and the brass. If you guys do a lot of your Pilgrim's Haven mining, you can process that down to change into the trade crates too. And lastly, well, going on to the ore, the last things that you can do with the ore that can make a good amount of money when you're doing your trade crates is going to have to be your crystals. Your crystal amulets can be made using any of these crystals, the green, red, black, mud, translucent. But you take these and they can be processed down to make into your crystal amulets, and your crystal amulets can make a pretty good amount of money when you're trading them in. As you can see, at base is 29k, 28k, 31k, 30k, 30k, but those will increase with your bargaining, the distance, and all of that good shit. So those are some pretty good examples. Another good material to start processing down for money would be your Balanos, Calpheon, and the Serendia crates. Those crates there, the materials needed, those can make, one, they make a good amount of money when made into the trade crates, and two, the materials alone, they're easy to get, they're easy to have your workers go out there and gather for, or you can buy it yourself. But maple, I think it's maple and ash for your Balanos or the Serendia crates. Or, well, maple and ash for the Serendia crates, maple and pine. Sorry, I'm getting this all fucked up. Maple and pine for your Serendia crate, maple and ash for your Balanos. You have birch, cedar, and fir for your Calpheon. Those will be the best materials to start chopping down for the trade crates. You want to see my workers for my Valencia? They're not that many. Oops, sorry. Valencia. Yeah, see, not that much. And they're all not doing anything because I don't have powder in their storage right now because I have to buy more of the blackstone powder. And that's another thing. If you guys are running into your workers not getting enough of the trade crates after you process things down, going out there and mining, mining in Pilgrim's Haven has a chance of getting the starlight veins to get your blackstone powder needed to do more of your processing, which I kind of ran out of every fucking thing. Apparently. Trent has nothing. Valencia has nothing. I apologize about my connection just being complete and total ass today. Thanks, you're trying to set up a crate network in Valencia, but not really sure if it's actually worth it. Well, yeah, the best place to do all of your crates is going to be over there in Valencia. I'll probably have to do a trading guide tomorrow now that we've done all the processing today. We've shown different ways to make money. I will start processing down our... I do got my stone. I will start processing down our ore to show you guys, like, the whole deal with the platinum and things while I go down our other little aspects of the game now that I'm done our processing, but... Let's see, where's everything? Mithril will take you... Wow, that just fucked up. Ever run out of ingredients when processing? Oh, all the time, which is why I like to go out and gather for it. But a lot of the materials can be bought from the central market, too. You're only crafting in Calpheon... You're only crafting Calpheon and amulets right now? Okay, so while we're doing this, I'll show you what I have currently. Well, what I should have currently. So, over here in Glish, I have a wood workshop, a handicraft workshop that makes my bottles, my crystal amulets, my happiness are made here. I have the Balanos timber crates being made here. Over in Olivia, well, that's a little complicated, but Velia, I have, so far, I will have a wood workshop there to switch off my Balanos over here, and then Serendia there. I will have one fish workshop being made over here. Once I can get my workers, it'll be a lot easier. I have a fish workshop over here in Tariff making all of my taper tail anchovies and my dried big eyes. And sometimes the momo when I'm feeling real spicy. but I got a fish workshop there. Over here in Port of Area, I have 3 more workshops for fish here. My northern wheat plantation, I have 1 crop workshop here. Trent, I have 1 wood workshop and 1 material workshop. Well, they're making my California timber crate and my mud crystals here. I forgot to tell you guys. In Port of Area, I have my dried John Dory, Moa Moa, Signadad, and flying fish being made. In the northern wheat plantation, I have my paprika being crated up. Keplin, I have 3 material and 1 mushroom workshop. My mushroom is doing fortune teller mushrooms, and my material are doing steel, bronze, brass, and copper. I've already done Trent. Let's see the other ones I have. And then obviously we have Valencia here. Valencia is doing my red crystal amulet, my green crystal amulet, my black crystal amulet, my palm timber crate, my thorns. Valencia is also doing my hunting trophies out here too. Next and lastly, we have Land of the Morning Light. Land of the Morning Light, I have... Oh, looks like I just got one of my transports over here. Land of the Morning Light, I have 1 vegetable factory doing my tiger flowers here, and over here in Dalbo I have another factory doing more of my tiger flower. You know, I kind of stopped making all types of crates because by the time my trade wagon arrives, you already have 1k crates to trade off. That's perfect. And that's perfect. That means you have a perpetual cycle going on, which means you can continuously do your active trading or your crate trading. Well, obviously not continuously, but I don't have enough to send here, but like I prefer to go that way, so I'm always sending off crates. I'm always crating up things. I'm always not running out of that money I can make. So say like we just got some more sent over, so we will send out the rest of here. And that'll be sent in a total of 3-4 hours. After 4 hours, I will go ahead and send off more materials. By time that is done, I should have another area that I can go and send off materials for. No, I don't buy my wood. I don't buy anything. I manually gather it myself. Like all of this, I have my workers running. A great way to make sure that you guys keep your resources or make sure that you guys have a lot of your resources is to do your manual gathering to start out with. Have your workers and get their worker skills set out for doing their gathering, but have your workers gather it passively. So when you're out there manually gathering it, say they've gathered 2k, you can add on your 10k. There you go. And then if you really need, you can go ahead and start buying the materials to go ahead and do that. But then you can't upkeep the crate crafting, right? Why not? Do you have 12 tunes? You have the ability to make several tunes, right? And in those several tunes, you have the ability to go out and gather the materials, correct? And now out of all of those tunes, now if, say, you have 500 energy for all 12 tunes, say 13 tunes, do you know how much materials that is to go out and gather for? And say you do 2-hour session without going through all 500 energy, getting, say, we'll go with 12k to 20k of the materials each session for each tune. And say you happen to pop your miraculous herbal medicine, you have your energy tonics waiting on hand. Why can't you? Why do you have to rely on buying something? I mean, granted, if you don't want to take the time out to gather or you have the money to buy it, yeah, sure, you can go ahead and buy it and not have to deal with it. But the same rules apply. You if you buy a little stack of materials, who said you can keep up with your crate trading? Same rules apply. If you're not willing to go out and buy a huge stack, then you can't keep up with it. But if you don't want to go out there and gather, you still can't keep up with it anyway. Yeah, over here on NA, you make more for the snowfield planks than you do the fur. But you make more for the plywood than you would make for I guess the other ones. I mean, let me check. Yeah, fur plywood is at 49 average, and everything else is at 15 to 28. Well, yeah, I mean, think about it like this, Shady. If you don't have a lot of money, how are you going to go ahead and buy a lot of that stack? You're going to have to take the time out to get that money, correct? Or you're going to have to go out there and gather for it, correct? Or you'll have to wait for your workers to go out and gather it, correct? The only real time waster is waiting for your workers to go out and gather for all of it to maintain your worker empire. You will have to either A, buy your materials, or B, go out there and like manually gather for all of your materials. There is no, well, you'll have to only do this. No, it's one or the other. Or you could do both. But no, if I don't have the money to go ahead and spend for 30k of my copper, I can't keep up with my crate empire, correct? So it's null and void. I don't choose to buy anything. I choose to manually gather for it. I can make a lot more money with my gathering the materials and the rare drops and shit like that than what I will make just buying everything. And to be honest with you, it's more about getting those rare resources and shit while you're out there manually gathering than spending all of that money to just buy the materials. Like, I don't know about you, but the one that goes out there and manually gathers for their shit will make more money than those who do not go out there and manually gather for their shit. Obviously. Making 400 silver on the side from rare drops, spending a total of 300 mil for all of that to make 600, where I will make that 400 or I will get that 400 on the rare drops only to turn around and turn it into that 600 still, making a bill. Rare drops in the manual materials opposed to waiting around. You're having a hard time actually making money with life skills rather than just grinding a little bit. Yes, welcome to life skills. Life skills it's just something that you do on the side. It's not something that you should be mainly focusing on. Life skilling will not make you as much money as an hour of mob grinding, okay? It's a hobby. That's all it is. Your life skill character is 59 and up to the Medea main quest. To be efficient, should you get it to level 61 and do all the main... If you really want to be efficient, how much of the pearl shop have you bought? Do you have all your costumes? Do you have your hedgehog? I mean, do you guys want an honest answer? Because I'm tired of like sugarcoating it and trying to make you guys feel better about your experience when you're only going to have your whole world shattered for you. You're talking about being efficient, right? You're not just talking about just wanting to do anything. Just you want to be efficient. Eh? Well, if you're trying to be efficient with your life skills, then you're going to have to get your hedgehog. You have to get your gathering costumes. You'll have to get your processing costumes. You'll have to make sure that you have all of your inventory slots done. You'll have to get all of your crystals done. Yes, alchemy cook, processing, thinking on buying the underwater one. Okay, yeah. I was gonna say hold off on that because of bubbly, but that's no longer available. Okay, then yeah, if you have all of that and you're trying to be efficient, yes, go through the whole entire storyline. You want to get all the way up to the land of the morning light so you can unlock your last 2 crystal slots here. Okay, those are going to be the slots that you're going to have to like unlock. You need your Garmy hearts. You need 2 Garmy hearts at least, just for the 2 slots here, or at least 1 Garmy heart, I think it is, for both the slots. Either way, you need to unlock these. One can be unlocked with the Fiery, one can be unlocked with either the Garmy or the Karanda heart. Okay, so you have 2 options there. But you need to have these slots unlocked. As you may have noticed, I don't for this tune, so I can't capitalize on these ones. But on my main, I do, and on my main, I also have that slot unlocked. This one will help with, say, your movement speed for gathering or hunting. You can replace that with critical hit crystal, but you will need that for, say, hunting if you're trying to be the most efficient. This is why I don't deal with trying to min-max. I don't deal with trying to be efficient or anything like that, because so much real money and so much time and effort, more so than what combat has to deal with, has to go into it. You know, in order to get that center slot unlocked, you have to buy the tailoring equipment coupon, throw it on any of the, well, whichever crystal that you're trying to use on like say the, if I have it, I should be able to show you. No, I don't think I... Oh, yeah. The Serendian costume here. If you change that into an outfit and smelt it down, you change it into a crystal. Those are going to be like some of the ones. It will tell you which one can be turned into, but this one, it should be a movement crystal. But you will have to unlock those slots, but it will require the equipment tailoring coupon and an item like the Black Spirit's Claw. You'll have to add that together to unlock that extra slot on your costume to put in that crystal. The underwater gathering costume, yes, you will need, if you are going to do your underwater gathering, you want the corals, things like that, you will have to get your hedgehog, you'll have to get, or the llama, whichever one you need, and tiered up to at least tier 4 or tier 5. That's a must if you're trying to be efficient with your gathering. Let me see, storyline, I think at least up until you only have to worry about doing the Land of the Morning Light. That's all you have to worry about for being efficient. And for level 61, I want to say you might be good enough to stick with level 59, but if you're trying to do the hunting out there in Narcion, I'm not sure, but it will areas search around to make sure your level requirement is not needed, but you should be fine at level 50, 58, 59 to be, you know, do a lot of your other things. You will run into a situation like with hunting, but for the most part, you should be fine. You should be fine. Is there any other questions to help make your life skilling more efficient? Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, this is just for, you know, trying to get the most out of your life skills. This is not just to get started with them. This is not to go ahead and have fun with it. We are just talking about efficiency. We're trying to get back the most for whatever we're doing. If we're talking about fun, we're talking about just getting started. You don't need any of that shit. You can get by without touching one piece of the pearl shop. But efficiency and trying to min-max and all of that, you will need to touch the pearl shop if you're life skilling. Life skillers have to live in the pearl shop. If we had other ways to go out and get our things without having to deal with the pearl shop, it'd be a lot better, but we don't have that option. We have to pay our hard-earned money. Hell, even a free little starter costume should be great. Should you focus on buying the life crystals? You already have You're already working your way towards jewelry, invested tools. Personally, that's up to you. That's personally up to you. If you enjoy your sniper hunting, you can get a lot of the forest crystals without having to buy anything. If you have workers out there gathering for it, you might have a chance of getting them too. Or if you like to do the fishing, you might be able to get them too. But as you can see here, I have 14 of my forest crystals to make into any of the life or the vital if I wanted. They're pretty easy to come by, or if you want, you can spend the 400 to 500 mil per crystal to get all of them. And that also depends on the crystal that you're going for too. Yeah, I'm just doing a little minor processing sessions here. Should you enhance all Tri-Manus accessories or buy them for 6 bill each off the... Buy them. Buy your Manus. Don't tap anything. Don't enhance. Don't do any of that. Leave it to the players that, I guess, are more comfortable with losing all of their shit. Don't do it yourself. Like me personally, I know how much money you will lose on trying to do it until maybe crons come out. And even with that, I don't suggest using cron stones because of the fact that I have a feeling that the cron cost for our Manos accessories later on, when they finally introduce it, is going to be way too fucking high. When you're going out there for your sniper hunting, don't worry about your mastery when it comes to the actual like drops and shit. Yeah, they increase the quantity of drops that you can get, but you're mainly relying on trying to get your critical hits. The less shots that you take to kill an animal, the higher chances you can get the rare materials. Your mastery will determine how long you can hold your breath and the amount of materials that you're getting back when butchering. Okay? You're mainly relying on your hold breath and getting that shot correct. If you can get that timing down correct, you can do sniper hunting with no gear on and still get a forest crystal. I've done it. I've done it live. It's not really that much of a secret. I mean, everyone and their mom knows that, so it's not like I'm just like fucking crazy or anything. Like, you can sniper hunt with nothing on, with just your sniper rifle, just the sniper rifle. I think when I start redoing our hunting, I will demonstrate. It's usually matchlock hunting. You have to really, really rely on all of those stats, and if you're missing out on your defense here, if you're missing out on the crit hit there, you're not going to be doing as much as, say, like everyone else. But sniper hunting, you're mainly relying on just headshots and doing it correctly. There are little odds and ends that you can do to increase, say, like your reload time. Like I said, the mastery will increase your hold breath time, but sniper hunting is really easy. It's really chill. I like it. I think the thing that'll make me the most money today is probably going to be platinum, mithril, then opal. That's going to make me back a little bit of money, and I'm still thinking lower than 500 mil, only because my workers mainly gathered all of this. I didn't do shit. But while this is going on, I will be right back, everyone. Let me use the bathroom real fast, and we will continue what we were doing. All right, let me set up this whole shit again. Okay, yeah. All right, I'll be right back, everyone. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that, everyone. Okay, let's start making some money. Oh wait, no, we gotta do we gotta do mithril first. Damn, I got all excited for nothing. Damn, where'd I put my phone? Hmm. Oh well. Dun, 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 dun. So, is there any questions that you guys have about processing? Anything that you guys wanted to know? I'm all ears. I'm all questions. Let's go ahead and start discussing, talking, all that good stuff. And is there anything that I did miss? I think I got it all. And if anything, I'll probably have to re-record all of this on my own time because of the fact that my service is like really fucked up today. I don't know. We're gonna have to go by whatever I can salvage. If I can't salvage anything, then your boy's gonna have to go ahead and do it manually. Ba, 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 da, dum. Yeah, now my fiance is starting to lose connection at her job because of the wind that we're having here. High wind warning, guys. It's really fucking bad. I hate the shit. Come on, let's make some money. Let's make our money. Yeah, Guru's highest that you can go. I'm already past my Guru. I'm already getting the most back I can possibly get. That's why I'm not really worried about trying to go for the experience, but you know, success rate is pretty good. It's a good reason to go for the silver embroidered if that's something that you guys are wanting to do. I'll probably try my luck at tapping up my craftsman again. I kind of broke it, but we'll try that one. We'll try our normal Logia craftsman again, see if we can't build that one up. I'm just trying to use the anvil system, which is pretty bad for trying to tap up any of our mastery clothes. Like really, really fucking bad. Come on. Only 92. We'll go ahead, do our opal next. For our mithril, let's see how much we'll make. $92.9 mil. Look at the... Oh, God, look at the price. Swear it's like working minimum wage. I get the fact that, yes, life skilling is supposed to be done on the side. It's not a main part of the game. It's basically like a little hobby. I get it. It's just a little discouraging to look at all the prices and see just everything going straight down. And everyone telling me that, okay, it'll go back up in a week or two. Don't worry. And every week that everyone tells me that the prices will go ahead and normalize, the prices are not normalizing. And we're running out of things that we can do to make money because everyone is turning to those recipes to make money. And we are flooding the market. I know I'm the wrong one though. I'm wrong in saying like, you know, we're not making enough money anymore. We're not doing shit, even on top of not being able to make money before. Like it's sad. It is really, really sad. I remember when 90 of these fucking mithrils were 120 mil in the central market. Come on, hurry up. I want to look at this abysmal price. That's just not right. Oh, man. It'll normalize, right? Let's look at the worst one. That's just sad. Okay, let's try to sell it. See what we make. There, that's a lot better. It's definitely a lot better than the other ones that we have. But being listed like that kind of sucks. That's a lot listed. And then how much for the metal solvent? Oh. 50K less than what I bought it at. Oh, no, sorry, like... Oh, man, okay, so... Is it really worth it? That's just sad looking. I don't want to do it anymore. I don't know if I want to process for money anymore. That's just abysmal. Like, really embarrassing. At what level life skill should you choose mastery over life skill experience in terms of processing and other life skill too, if possible? For processing, you want to at least hit Master 2. Master 2 will give you back the most for your processing. For everything else, everyone will suggest Guru, but it's mainly up to your personal preference. With Gathering, 800 Mastery is the prime time to start worrying about whether or not you should start focusing on the rare drops or trying to power level the Guru. The higher your Guru, the more chance of not using any energy when gathering. Fishing, the higher your fishing, you will need Guru to do your harpooning and see any chances of getting your red grade fish, or it will increase your chances of getting your prize grade fish, or not the prize grade fish, your you can sort for your auto fishing, like between only taking the blues, yellows, reds, greens, blah blah blah. Your mastery for fishing is pretty underwhelming. I don't really care for fishing like that. You can choose either you can power level it all the way up, or you can just choose mastery. But mastery will affect your prize fish rate that you're catching, the red grade fish. So that one's mainly up to you, whichever one you prefer. I would hit Guru first and then start working on mastery, but that's just me. For your hunting, you want to hit Guru for that fourth shot. That fourth shot will help you kill those animals a lot faster. Then you can start working on your mastery. Cooking, your mastery will only affect your mass cooking and the imperial cooking. So you can go ahead, choose your leveling all the way up to Guru, then worry about getting your max turn in for your Guru boxes. Your alchemy, it's hit or miss. One aspect I would tell you to hit Guru just for your purifying your light stones and things without having to spend the 20 mil on them. But at the same time, your mastery is a pretty good way of making money with alchemy with the rare drops, and I guess the Imperial Alchemy delivery, which I don't suggest really focusing a lot on that. So You know, it's up to you. Do you want to go for your pure? Sorry about that, everyone. I lost connection again. But do you want to go with being able to purify your lightstone sooner, more elixirs being able to be made, or do you want to go for more rare drops, the ability to make more money when doing your alchemy with the rare drops? Training. Okay, so for training is a little different. The actual training will give you more chances of learning mount skills when training your horses when they level up. It'll give you a higher movement speed, minimal movement speed when leveling up your horse, and it'll give you more silver back when doing your Imperial Horse delivery. Now, the mastery for training will determine your horse capture rate, mount experience, and your chance of getting a higher tier when breeding. This is a little different when it comes to training because if you're trying to go for your tier 10 attempts, you're mainly going to want to go for your mount experience. Your mount experience will help level up your horses a lot faster, so you can go for those Imperial turn-ins. You can do the Imperial deliveries for your Imperial steeds. You can get more of the Flower of Oblivion for your T10 taps. If you guys are going for, say, your breeding, if you guys are trying to go for the Corsairs for your breeding, you'd want to go for the mastery. So your training mastery at whatever. They changed your actual training, so you don't need to hit your artisan 2. You don't have to hit this, or you don't have to hit that for your sprint. It's mainly, I would mainly focus on doing a mix between your mastery and your mount experience. So for example, I can show you on my main. I lost connection again. This fucking wind. So for trading will go down the line. Let me just like show you a training first. What I mean about you have to mix and match for training. For training, say, let's go ahead. Oop, not that one. We'll do mount experience. So we can hurry up, level up our mounts a lot faster because I have my mount experience on and my mastery. My mastery should be, let's go for overflowers. Training's pretty low. Hold on. There we go. No, it's me. My connection is really bad here. The wind is making the internet really spotty for everyone. My fiance's job is also going through the same thing. So it's not you, it's me. It's not you. I'm the problem. It's me. Yeah. So back on to training. For training, you want to have a mixture between your mount experience and your training mastery. Yeah, ours is just like 35 to 40 mile per hour wind here. If you take a look, I have, from my mastery alone, my mastery will give me plus 36.7% mount experience. Now, if you get lucky enough, hell yeah, thank you for the follow. You're fucking amazing. Now, if you get lucky enough to, say, get a +4 fine horse trainer clothes or the +3, that'll give you more mount training experience. But if you guys don't get lucky enough to go that route, you have your mastery. If you take a look at your mastery versus your +5 or your +4, plus 31% mount experience. Now, taking a look at your mastery, if you remember, I will go ahead and click onto it just to show you guys real fast. Look at your training. Training, you get plus 36.7% with your mastery applied and your little clothes here. We're not applying any of the other mastery or the mount training experience. Okay, we're just going by the clothes. Put on your Tri-Manos. Your Tri-Manos will give you more mastery, and your mount training is now at plus 52.7. Say if you grab a Tet, that will increase your mount training up higher, which will give you back more mount training. So if you finally get to that point to where you have high mastery and you still want to do your mount training, just switch off your clothes into the fine horse or your mastery. Keep all of your accessories and everything there. You should be able to level up your training and your mounts the quickest possible. You know, throwing 4 on a wagon and training up like that. If you're on the Shai, doing the donkey training will also work with that too. All right, moving on. Now we have trading. Trading, there's only one thing we can do. We don't have an option for our mastery when it comes to trading, so for that, you're mainly just gonna continue to trade in your trash crates to power level and your value crates to make money. The crate that you want to be going for is going to be your steel. Then you will start to work on, say, like Calpheon, Serendia, Balanos. You have your bronze, brass, all of your crystal amulets, and your coal bags that can make you some money with your trading. But you don't really have an option. The only thing I can suggest for you with trying to do anything with your trading is to get as much trading gear as you possibly can just to power level it until they come out with active trading or rework mastery and add mastery onto trading or anything like that. Same goes for farming. There's not really much you can do with farming. You're just going to be leveling it up until you hit G50 or G100. Sailing. For sailing, I would tell you guys to solely and only go for the experience. Go for trying to power level your sailing at least up to master. Master 2 is going to be the cutoff before you no longer get anything back in terms of your ship skills. But go for your master, power level all the way up to there because it'll take a long time. Then afterwards, you can switch off to, say, going for your mastery. Your mastery will increase your ship skills, like it says here, the acceleration, speed, turn, braking. That will help you out with trying to go for your bartering. Now, for your bartering, there's not really much you can do other than going for your G50 bartering. So pretty straightforward. There's just some of them that you will have to decide whether or not you want to go for your guru first, then your mastery. The ones that you should go for your guru first, then mastery, and then some that you don't even have to worry about mastery. You can just go for your guru, and those don't even have mastery. But I hope that helps you out. Hope that helps you figure out which ones you want to go ahead and start focusing on.
Is there anything you need?
That's pretty sad in terms of the money that we can make for our life skilling, at least for me, in terms of the money we can make. I feel like it's a little low in my opinion. I'm doing great, Alara. How are you? What's up today? Any good mob grinding? Any good life skilling? Any good enhancing little taps that you have set for yourself? Any good goals? I'm all ears. I'm all curious. Then we'll throw that in there. Trying to make all my inventory sorted again. There. That's our mastery attempts. Eventually, when I get brave enough and I have the money to go out and throw away. Dun, dun, dun. And I don't have a trader's clothes anymore because I broke it trying to go for that +5. As usual, I break everything. Oh, I need my costume on before I can do anything.
It'll be much easier to store your belongings if you organize them.
We'll take copper and zinc. This is why I tell you guys to have your workers going out and gathering all of the materials that you can. Put them all on the ore, put them all on those logs, and process the fuck out of it. You'll make a lot more money if you do it that way than if you go out and buy it all off the central market. Fun fact, just saying. Something about those rare drops that you can get while gathering that can really make some money. And then obviously you have your materials that you're processing down to really make money. So I'm not sure about how BDolytics is doing their whole figuring out things, but it doesn't seem like everything that was originally making money is making money anymore. Like, they're down bad, but on BDolytics it doesn't say that they're down at all. You know, Platinum is saying that there is no price change. The platinum ingots are saying no price change. The coral is saying there's a increased price change, but if you look, the volume of the materials are going up, like they're more available. I'm just looking at it. Yeah, it's still saying platinum is going to be the top one. Okay, let's see if I can change it around. Let's see. The Whale Potion, Marvelous Elton, Crocodile Origin, silver per hour. No. Yeah, like I said, just looking at the prices of how everything is now and going by BDolytics, I'm really highly confused. I'm really highly confused when the prices of everything has dropped so low and it's still telling me that I will make a decent amount of money on this and a decent amount of money on that when I know better. I know better. Okay, let's see. Oof. Okay, so looking at the crafting cost and the profit for our pure platinum crystal, crafting cost 5.3 mil with the profit of 15.8 mil. And that's at a, oh, let's put down my craft quantity back down to what it should be, what I normally do, 1,000 of them. 1,000 is only 3 mil profit. That's so sad. I don't know. That's why I link up the site. Can't wait to see videos feature. Good time for me to. Oh, hell yeah. Enjoy the rest of your night, man. I'm going to continue going down the rest of the life skills throughout the rest of the week. So if there is one that you are particularly waiting for, just hold out hope. It will be coming out later on this week. We first have to get down our cooking edited down. Then we can move on to the processing we did today. Then tomorrow it'll probably be trading we'll handle, or fishing. Maybe we'll do fishing, something like that. But we'll do all the ones that tie into the bigger life skills. Fuck yeah, we're gonna talk about crates. So I'm like, maybe we'll talk about trading, or we might talk about fishing, because fishing does go into trading. You know, all of this goes into trading, and trading would be like one of the last ones with just the materials needed and supplied, the ones that we can go out and do, or use this for that, and blah blah blah. But yeah, I got to figure out the actual time frame on which ones I want to do. Either way, they both tie into each other, or they all tie into each other in some way, shape, and or form. I need more copper. I have 114k copper that has to be melted down into bronze and brass. So we've done gathering, cooking, alchemy. We've done processing. Yeah, sadly, it's only crates these days. That's why I'm like, do I want to do trading? And if I do trading, I'm going to have to break it up into just crate trading. Just crate trading until they can come out with the new trading. Then I will do active trading. Yeah, we've done gathering, cooking, alchemy, processing. I guess the next one that we'll have to do is either going to be fishing, farming, or hunting, because all of that goes into trade. Oh, no. I got a special little video for that. I got a special little video on that one. And I also have a special little video on the state of trading too, and how many times they had reworked it. Yeah, fishing, farming, gathering, worker empire, because you have to do your gathering, you have to do your fishing, you have to do your hunting. And your farming in order to do your, say, your cooking and your alchemy and your processing. In order to do your trading, you have to do, say, your processing. You'll have to do your hunting. You'll have to do your fishing. But in order to do that, you'll have to do your training. You see what I mean? Like it all ties into one another. You know, you can't do your hunting without a sniper rifle. Your sniper rifle has to be obtained from the worker empire. The worker empire can be obtained from doing your cooking, but you need your cooking, or you need your gathering to do your cooking. But your cooking can also be done by fishing, but in order to do your fishing, you'll have to do your worker empire for the fishing rods. Like it all ties into one another, and it all can be used like dominoes. You know, I can gather for all of the materials to use my worker or to process down to use my worker empire to get a fishing rod, to get the fish needed to get my pets fed, to get my workers working, to make more things, to go out there and get the materials needed to do my sniper hunting, which will tie into my cooking, and all of this will, let me see, the gathering items can be used, and the fishing items or hunting can be used to train up your horses. Your horses are going to be used for training or for trading, and you need your gathering and your processing for your sailing in order to get a boat. But to do bartering, you're going to need your sailing and your gathering to do your bartering, and in some instances you're going to have to do your sniper hunting or your matchlock hunting for your bartering. You see, it all plays into one another in some way, shape, and or form. And that's why I'm just going down the line. I'm going down the line and piggybacking them. You don't have frenzy to say here? Fuck yeah! Fucking 10 Mano Sailor clothes. Congrats, man. You deserve it. You deserve all that shit. I have yet to get a pen. I have yet to tap my own motherfucking pen. Still. And I'm still trying and still failing. I know, congrats, but I fucking hate you. It's like everyone that gets their Resplendent or any of their full Tet Manus accessories or pen, I fucking hate. Fucking pure jealousy. Like, what am I doing wrong with my life that I have not gotten any of these guys, and you guys are like popping out pens like it's fucking bags of Skittles? Like, get the fuck out of here. Where's my luck, man? But no, congrats. I'm happy for you. One day that'll be me. And I won't be one of our little filthy casual life skillers here, sitting around our little Tet Manos talking about I'm the best. We the best. No, DJ Khaled, you're not. You're still sitting around with your try. I had luck once back in 1982. Damn, you must have took mine, because the last time I had luck was back in 1644. I wonder, did anything happen? Anything notable happen in 1644 before I fucking start saying shit? I don't know. I'm not that old. I don't care. I'm not an old guy yet. Come on, I need as much copper as I can get. I think our easiest guide to make is gonna have to be the fucking the fucking plague. Yeah, there you go. The first iteration of COVID. Some war. Yeah, there's always a war going on. Every fucking year, there's always a different country, whether or not we care about it or we do. There's always a war going on. War never fucking changes. The only thing that does is the environment and maybe the motivating factors. That's all. Now it's time to gather to recover from this financial decision. How bad? Louvre. How bad was it? 30 bill? 40 bill? Are we talking 60 bill? Not bad, considering the fact that most of them will cost you around 50 to 54 bill each. So you saved yourself at least 30 bill on the actual tapping. Congrats. There you go. That's extreme couponing right there. Well, no, extreme couponing would be one tapping that tet all the way up to pen without wasting any fucking thing. Maybe like the 10 mil or 14 mil on the concentrated. That I can accept. That will be extreme couponing. Something I will never be able to accomplish. But for those who can get their one tap, I envy you. I envy you hard body. I envy you so much that my black spirit is telling me I need intervention. You bought the tet. Okay, with your hunter, you bought the tet and decided that you wanted to try to tap your try. It went tet, and then bam, you were like, fuck it, I'm going to go ahead and try to tap it up to pen, and it went. Then you got me over here. I'm trying on multiple sets of clothes to try to get my pen, and the most I can get is 100 bill worth of repair costs. I apologize on my stream losing connection every 10 minutes. The weather around here is pretty bad. We are going through a 35-mile-per-hour wind warning, or however kilometers it is for my European viewers. Like, the wind is bad. The wind is strong enough to tear apart flags around here. And I keep dropping everything, so I'm gonna go ahead and start ending this off here. Unfortunately, I could not do a long enough stream. My weather is not going to help me out with that, but keep an eye out for when I upload our cooking guide. After our cooking guide, we will start to get our processing down, edited, made into a more coherent guide for you guys to go ahead and watch. Again, I do apologize about not being able to do a longer stream. My weather is not helping, and I'm just annoying you guys more and more with the whole constant dropping and reconnecting, dropping, reconnecting every 5 to 10 minutes. If it was an hour or so and I'd drop, it'd be one thing, but this weather's fucking bad. I woke up this morning, I looked outside, looked at the trees, like swaying back and forth, like literally swaying back and forth, and realized we were gonna have a hard time. So Liu, it's not you, it's me. It's me and my connection here. So yeah, I'm gonna end this off here. It was great having you guys, the ones that were able to come in, see the stream, and did not get too annoyed with the whole internet connection dropping all the every fucking 10 minutes. Like, I do apologize about that again. It was great having you guys here. If you guys want to continue supporting the channel, be sure to subscribe, turn on all those notifications over there on YouTube. It helps grow the channel. Any like, comment, and or just any type of interaction will help show things off to the algorithm. If you guys want to support the channel over there on Twitch, be sure to follow so you guys know when I go live again. If you guys want to become a channel member, hit that membership over there on YouTube. It'll help grow the channel even more. And for those on Twitch, if you guys want to help grow the channel even more, go ahead and follow with or sub with your Prime. It's free. It's easy. Quick to do. I will be online, not tomorrow, but the next day. Hopefully the weather is a lot better and the trees out there are not going to be swaying back and forth. Like, if I open up my window right now, I'm going to blow everything off of this table. It's that fucking bad. Yeah, LP, that's what I mean about the weather is bad, and unfortunately I was not able to stay on longer, so hopefully when I come back on, I should be able to, but I'm gonna try to get that cooking update, or that cooking guide out for you guys, so I can start working on the processing. Keep an eye out. With all of that out of the way, everyone, keep gathering out there, and I apologize for our shitty internet connection today. It will get better. I will try to make sure it is. With all that out of the way, enjoy the rest of your week, everyone, and look forward to that new PvP and PvE update that's coming out for Evasion this week. It should be fun for you guys that like to mob grind. For me, nothing really important for this update, but I will see you guys in 2 days. Keep gathering out there, everyone.